Welcome back to FM Story. In this episode of our Galatasaray rebuild, we'll begin our campaign in the Champions League with a couple of tough games against Dortmund and PSG. So without further ado, let's get going. Before we get started, if you're enjoying this video, please like, subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified of new videos. We've got new rebuild videos every Monday and Thursday. We finished the previous video after the Champions League draw. Since then, we've played a couple of games in the league. So as you can see, we were top, having played 4 and won 4. So we've played against Gestep and won 1-0. A pretty poor performance, really, and needed a goal from James Gun. I mean, we played for 70 minutes against 10 men and couldn't take advantage of that to make it more comfortable. And then in the previous game, obviously we had the international break, and then in the previous game we played Hatayspor and we beat them 5-1, and everything started to click. And then obviously we're going into the next game against Dortmund in the Champions League. It's an away game, it's obviously a big game. The games against Dortmund could go a long way towards deciding what happens in this group, as to whether we can qualify or not. Obviously, Dortmund and PSG are two pretty tough teams, so it might be a bit difficult to get out of the group in first or second. So obviously we start off away at Dortmund, and then we've got PSG at home in the second game in the group, so it's important to get off to a good start. So going into this game against Dortmund, we've got a few players that aren't fully fit and aren't ready to start. So primarily that's Dennis Churik and Kerem Aktürkoğlu. What we have made a bit of a change in the centre midfield, in that it's obviously such a big game. Kubo's only come in and played a couple of games for us and hasn't really seems to have settled into that team. We know that Thailand can do the job and has done the job alongside both Chicaldo and Fagioli in previous seasons. So we're going to play him and keep Kubo on the bench, and we can bring him on if we need to. Obviously that Dortmund team looks pretty strong and actually isn't too dissimilar to what it is currently. They've only added a few players in there. But let's get the game underway. Oh, that's not a particularly good sign. I'm getting a free kick like that after less than 2 minutes. And we're not getting anywhere near that long kick. Reina. There's 2 of them, they couldn't take the ball off him. Right. Some serious questions to be asked here of the defence. Right. When the ball comes to Guerrero in acres of space, he's able to roll the ball along the byline for Malin, who's able to stop, turn around, and lay the ball back to Guerrero, who has no one anywhere near him. This could be a long day. This has all the makings of us getting absolutely hammered, I think. Oh. How did that get all the way through to him? And then, oh my God, no one is really performing in our team at all. Oh, well, from where this is obviously going in the top corner, isn't it? Yep. I mean, that was hardly unexpected from where that free kick was. I mean, yeah. Keeper was never going to get to that. Right, can we get one back? No. I mean, if that was the start of a highlight, I would imagine they're going to get a decent chance here. No, they're actually going to get a goal. 3-0 down. So much for getting a good start to the group stage. Come on, not another one. Oh, good interception. giving the ball away though. That looked offside. Obviously not though. So 4-0 down at half time. So we've had 6 shots, 2 on target. We've had 39% possession. This just, yeah, this is a problem. I think we're going to have to make some sort of change. So Kerem's going to come on for Turik. And we'll play him on the right and play Yunus from the left. Although Yunus is knackered as well. And Sameli's coming off because he's been ripped apart on that left hand side, and we'll Van Aanholt there. I don't know how that one stayed out there. You know, some days it's just not your. Oh, I have no idea what that keeper came out with the full Superman dive there. Missed the ball, and it just bounced nicely at Thailand's feet for him to tap it in. Can Lorenzo Luca score? What a finish that is. Lovely ball from Kerem Aktoglu, and Lorenzo Luca lashes it home off the underside of the bar. Just split the two central defenders with that pass. I mean, it's very close to the goalkeeper, but he didn't move. They are able to walk through us at ease. Hopefully this is just a one-off bad performance and it's not a sign of how things are to come. But I suspect PSG are able to do that against us as well, with the players that they have. Well, I mean, you've got to say that's disappointing. We played a lot better in the second half. Well, we played better in the second half. We had a lot more of the ball in the second half, and we created some chances. Obviously, took the 2 goals. We did get ripped apart for their 5th goal through the center of the pitch again. Hopefully, it's just a one-off, and it's not a sign that this is how this season is going to go. Since the Dortmund game, we've not had exactly the best run. We beat Alanyaspor 1-0 in the league, and then with a fully sort of reserve team, second choice team, and then we went away to Sivasspor with a very similar team, and we lost 2-0. Yeah, just really not great. So on the back of that defeat against Dortmund in the first game in the group, going into Paris Saint-Germain at home, not exactly in the best confidence, and especially when you look at their squad. So obviously they've still got some big players. They've signed Harry Maguire, they've signed Rudiger, they've signed Wan-Bissaka, they've signed Kessie, they've signed Tielemans, they've signed Tonali, they've signed Carrasco, they've signed Lautaro Martinez, they've signed Paulo Dybala, they've signed Roberto Firmino. I mean, when you look at the players that actually aren't in that squad, so Wan-Bissaka is not registered, Lucas Hernandez isn't registered, Roberto Firmino's not registered, Mauro Icardi's not registered. A mentally good squad. We just have to hope that they play a bit like individuals. So going into this game against PSG, the only real player that's not fully fit is Ozturk, and he wouldn't be starting in this game anyway. So we're going in with what is pretty much our full strength team. We've put Kubo back in for this Champions League game because we didn't get him an awful lot from Thailand. I mean, obviously he got his goal, but the performance wasn't there. We're going to play Aktoglu on the right and Akgun on the left. So let's get this game underway and hope we can avoid a hammering like we got against Dortmund in the first game. Right. Long ball up. Luka flicks it on. There's Unisac gun. Back to Sameli. Oh, what a finish by Kubo. Fedro came forward with the ball. As they closed in, he laid it off to Kubo, who's just bent it into that bottom corner. That's us 1-0 up. Lovely hold-up play by Lorenzo Luca there. Mark out to Samali. Luca. Oh, what a save from Donnarumma. Can we get something from the corner? And don't know quite how that went in. Chicalda with the corner, Lorenzo Luca with the header at the near post. And it looks like it went through Donnarumma's hands. Right, we've got to avoid Hakimi getting in behind. So as soon as he got the ball and was in behind Somali, there was only one thing that was going to happen there. He was going to get fouled, and it was just a question of whether Somali got to him before he got in the box or not. So Kessie with the penalty. Sends Kikia the wrong way. Right. I mean, we only had 42% possession, but we've still had 7 shots on target. That's a decent performance, especially given how we've played in the last 3 games. We'll take that. More of the same in the second half. Do we need to take anyone off? So Kerem's putting a shocker. We'll bring Dennis Turek on for him. Really nothing is happening in the second half. Eunice. Should have done better. Should have at least hit the target there. Yes, back on track. Good win. Puts us in a good position in the group as well. So we've got 3 points out of after 2 games. Obviously, the home games are going to be important. So the based on how that one's gone, the return game in Paris could be a big one, because obviously it goes down to head-to-head result first if 2 teams are tied. We've now made it to the end of October. We've played a few games since the PSG game. We had some comfortable wins in the league against Trabzonspor, Yeni, Malatyaspor, and then we had a decent win against Bâle in the Champions League as well. Then, because we've got the game against Bâle coming up, though, there's a bit of a break. We rested some of the first team players for the league game, and it backfired massively. In fact, it backfired so spectacularly that we managed to gift them a goal from the goalkeeper, the second one. Clearance hit an attacker, and he had an empty net to put the ball back into. So we've now lost 2 games in the league, which is more than we did in the whole of last season. Overall, not too bad. We're only a point behind Gestep, who we beat earlier on in the season. 9 games, 7 wins. It's not too bad. The Champions League's looking positive. I mean, when you saw the draw, we obviously thought PSG were the ones to be concerned about, but Dortmund have won 3 out of 3. We beat Paris Saint-Germain. They lost to Dortmund as well. So we're in a decent position, certainly in terms of at least coming third and going into the Europa League. But obviously the game against PSG is going to be a key one in terms of seeing if we can qualify for the knockouts. And that's it for this episode. Join us next time to see if we can qualify for the Champions League and see if we can get back to form in the league.